My feet are hurting me. When I say my feet are hurting me, this is not a situation of, oh, my aching feet. I've wound up in the emergency before in LA because of my feet. I've been walking too much in those boots. Those boots are not, conducive for me to be walking for miles in snow, and again, it's not good that my feet are hurting me, and then they get cold and numb, and it soaks right through. Oh no. I hope they're alright. It's reminiscent of, I forget when this was. Remember, I keep track of my whole life. I used to. Now that I have YouTube, I mean, YouTube tracks my life, but I used to keep track of my life on, calendar, and when bad things are happening in my life, like unbearably to me, like it's a constant, just I'm on edge all the time, so it takes nothing to set me off, nothing, and I'm, I'm balanced precariously on the edge of whatever all the time nowadays. And back after Donald did what he did to me on November 4th, 2008, I was like, I don't know. I don't know how to even describe what it was, but I believe, and then after that, remember that was in November, and then 4 months later, my mom had a really bad breakdown, and she hadn't had any kind of breakdown in over 10 years, so. And it was bad, and she was calling LA at all hours, not remembering the time difference, and, waking up Donald and Hope, and who were none too happy to be woken up, of course, especially Hope had to go to work, she was calling at 6 in the morning, well, 6 in the morning, or whatever, it's 3 in LA, and 7 is 4, and 8, you know what I mean, 8 is 5, it's early in the morning, she was waking us all up, this was after I wasn't Donald's girlfriend anymore, and he didn't want me there, understandably so. But it had been my home for so long. I mean, where was I supposed to just go? I'd been living there since 2001. So he didn't want me there, but they couldn't just, throw me out. They couldn't just throw me out. They had to give me time to figure out what I was going to do and whatnot. And my mom got her dog, and that set her off. I don't know what set her off, to tell you the truth. You never know. They always blame it on the medication, and it stopped working, or she's not, blah, 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 whatever. Who knows? She's been taking meds for so long, and all those toxins build up in your body, but regardless, you don't know why. That's the thing. Even when it happened, you don't know why. It just can happen. She has this disease, chronic, and it can flare up for whatever reason. That's why I'm terrified for her now. Anyway, I was on edge, like, all the time, and after Donald had done what he'd done to me, and I just was like, I don't know for sure if this is when this happened, but if it was after Donald had done what he'd done to me, it didn't necessarily have to be, because remember, I was in an abusive relationship. Oh no, it had to have been, because I wouldn't have been going off to Spelly Bar. It was before I had ever started singing. It may have actually been that summer. That may have happened before I wound up, having my 2009 Summer of Hell and then coming back. I'd have to check my notes, my calendar, whatnot, but it doesn't really matter anyway. The bottom line is I'm on edge all the time for whatever reason, just my very existence, okay? I had traveled. I used to drink ahead of time, remember, to go to these bars, but I wasn't picking up men anymore, okay? So this is when I was broken up with Donald, so I don't know if it was before my 2009 Summer of Hell or after. But whenever it was, I went to Spotlight Bar, and as I've done in the past, I drank ahead of time. Remember, I was going into Hollywood. I had to take buses to get there. And I went there drunk, but apparently I was too drunk and I was babbling. That's why I'm thinking this may have been, I don't know when it was. I was on edge. It may have been after my mom had been, I don't know. Donald already hated me. I wasn't his girlfriend anymore. And I was there, and in a reminder, he didn't want me there, obviously, but I went to Spotlight Bar, where I had made friends. I knew the bouncers, I knew the bartenders a little bit, and they kicked me out. And I was so devastated. I'm like, oh God, please no. And I said, are you kicking me out for good? I said, can I never come back again? I asked. I had the wherewithal to ask. And the bouncer was like, 1 month. Okay. But regardless, it was humiliating and embarrassing, and I was drunk. And I left in humiliation and embarrassment. I was all alone, and all through the streets of Hollywood Boulevard and all those streets, I walked really, really fast in a panic, crying my eyes out, just walking, walk, obscenely fast. And the next day, my feet were, I was wearing my sneakers, but whatever I had done, I don't know, but my feet were all swollen, and I wound up having to go to the emergency, the hospital, and they explained to me what had happened. It has to do with salt in your body or something, and too much pressure on whatever I'd done, I don't know. But I was terrified. My feet were all swollen up, and I'd done it to myself, because it was rejection. It was horrible. It was like I traveled so far to get to this bar. Now I didn't know if they were going to ban me for good, just like Access and Man Ray had done in Massachusetts, and when I was in my 20s. And so horrible, because I needed that place. I didn't go there that often, but I needed to be able to. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because I get scared when my feet feel this way, because I don't even know why that happened that time, except it was for hours that I was walking by myself through the streets of Hollywood, and I was in a total state of just, oh my God, it was not good. And I did something to my feet, and I wish I could remember. They explained it to me at the hospital. I want to go in the emergency the next day. My feet were all swollen up, and it has a name, and you can look it up online when your feet get all swollen like that. I had done it to myself from just the way I was walking. I was walking normal. I was walking like in a frenzied panic, super, super fast with my sneakers all apart, and just because I'd been thrown out of Spotlight Bar. This is where I would go and feel comfortable, and I didn't have friends per se, but you know what I mean? I had people that knew me, and now they would throw me out, and I didn't know if it was for good, and it was so humiliating. And then I was drunk, and I walked. I was in shorts and sneakers and short sleeve top because it was LA, and I walked. And the next day, my feet were all swollen up, like badly. I'd never experienced that in my life, and I was afraid. I didn't know what was going on. So I wound up going to the emergency, and I forget what they did. They did something, but